Alright, what's up everybody? How is everybody doing? We have Chiron versus Hebo here. Actually, very interesting. I have some stories to tell, and I've got so much to do this video, right? Because I gotta explain Chiron. So I've been picking Chiron all day to try to bring it to you guys. By the way, the recolor is OP. Pick it. So I'm like, what the fuck can people do if they know I'm picking Chiron, right? To snipe or ghost me. Because people that snipe or ghost you, basically it means they're watching your stream. They see who you're gonna pick because it's the title of my stream is Chiron OP. They know who you're picking, right? And they'll purposely pick something that counters it. Or they'll ban it, right? And nobody's banned it yet, so I'm like, okay, something's gonna happen in this situation where my man is gonna try to counterpick and, you know, fail because Chiron seems very strong. But they found one. They found one, and it didn't seem very difficult to find. Chiron is absolutely bodied, and I mean bodied harder than I've ever seen another character get bodied by anyone. By a Pwash, man. Chiron versus the Pwasher is absolutely ridiculous. You are actually not allowed to use any fucking abilities against a Pwash with him, or you will get stunned. Every single one of your abilities heals you. So it's not like you can just say, okay, I'm gonna forego using my heal and just, you know, try to poke him or whatever. He goes full CDR, breastplate and boots, and then my man will just sit there and throw the 3 on you. And every single time the 3 is over, he will throw another one. Like, once the duration of the 3 is complete with full cooldown, you get another one up again. So he just sits there and does that the entire game, man, and you cannot do a single thing about it. It's insane. Squirrel Jockey, dude, thank you so much for the sub. I love you. That's, what is that, 4 for the day? That's amazing, Squirrel Jockey. Thank you, man. I believe it's a first time sub. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. Thank you so fucking much. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, basically though, Chiron versus you don't wanna have Opwatch open. I don't know if you guys want to ban it or what. I don't know how they'll know you're picking Chiron. He's a big pick right now because he's new. But please do yourselves a favor. Do not let yourselves fight Chiron or fight Opwatch as Chiron. Above all else, Witchmaker tactics will happen. Literally, if anyone is the Witchmaker in this game, it is Opwatch, right? And he will Witchmake you. So, don't do that. Now, as to what we are doing here in this game, we're against Hebo, so our early game is quite strong, our early to mid. It's really, well, not the early game that's strong, I'm sorry. It's more so the mid. The mid game is very, very strong on Chiron. He's got beautiful sustain on his abilities that once he has decent mana pool, or not decent mana pool, decent health pool going, he's repeatedly healing himself just by using abilities. If you didn't know how his passive worked, he stores them up in this little passive trinket thing there, and for each ability he uses, he heals. So it's very, very strong for, you know, sustained fights. Because obviously you keep getting more healing done over time without having to use any mana or anything to get it directly. Oh my god! I just went flying. That was hilarious. Okay. So now we know how that interaction works. But I'm not good. Oh my god. But the thing is, you want to build for that early to mid game with him, right? So I would say honestly go Bluestone plus a pot because really, really strong. The pot on him will just ensure that he gets that to that mid game point and that he's strong during it, because mid game comes a lot sooner in Joust terms than it does in what's it called, in Conquest, of course, right? Because we're in the mid game right now, pretty much. This is mid game Joust levels.
Ivy never supported
thank you so much,
ever,
Steve.
ever. Now take my money.
Yo, thank you so much, Steve. Thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it. I love you, Boop. Thank you for the laugh, Steve. Basically, what he was referring to is there's this asshole guy that's been Q sniping me, ghosting, and just like generally he's been doing all that just today after I banned him, right? But the reason that he dislikes me is because I have a complicated relationship with the guy that he mods for, Benna, and he, because of that, troll subbed to me troll subbed, so he gave me money, but he says it was troll. Then also donates like a madman repeatedly, over and over again, keeps donating just to say mean things about me. So all I did was I turned off the, oh wait, there's an engagement. An engagement's going on, you guys. Damn. So, alright. It's a story for another time, honestly. A lot of damage coming in. Oh my god. Can we finish him? There we go. Nice. So basically what we forced him to do there, right, was ult either away or into us. He tried to go into us, and I think he just should have went away. My 2 wasn't going to kill him. Maybe I should have put the extra point in it, though, because it was a clutch situation. But yeah, so it was basically, it's a stupid, the guy is donating me money to try to get back at me, and I don't know what the plan was, but it's not working, right? So we're, yeah. So now, as this got against Hebo, right? My question here is, am I going to be relevant enough in the late game, right? Because he doesn't have an attack speed steroid. There's no attack speed steroid on Chiron, and generally gods that don't have strong attack speed steroids cannot beat Hebo in the late game. Like Neith, I honestly think loses to Hebo late, just because she doesn't have that, so she can't really fight into him at an equal level. Look at that back. I love that, dude, how it knocks back like that. Oh my god, he does not know what this god does, and you can tell he's pretty scared right now. And we're able to just zone him. Keep zoning. He's very... Nah, man. Nah. You ain't getting out of this alive, Tryphaa. It ain't happening. If you put yourself in that kind of position against Chiron, right, by getting hit by his giddy up, that's why I'm using it offensively like that, right? Because if you put a Hebo behind you, man, he does not have that much utility to escape. He has an anti-slow, though, or, you know, a slow immunity on his carpet, and that's not what Tryphaa didn't realize to just immediately do that. He thought too late about it, had already used his water carpet, does not have CDR here, so his build is problematic. Because it's not giving him the CDR he needs to spam those abilities. And now he is, you know, very, very far behind. He finds himself in a rough spot here. So we might not even see the late game Chiron because he's just so behind already. You know, it might just end before that. I did give... what's it called? I didn't give an explanation of how to level his moves, right? If you're new to Chiron, as I am, I suck with him in Conquest in any other game mode where there are other opponents, right? I sucked in Siege the most, right? I just don't understand how to team fight with him. Oh my god, I didn't put a single point in my 2 yet. But, yeah, I didn't understand how he works in a team fight. Because, like, his abilities are also... Like, to hit your combo with the auto 2 and the 1, it's so, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so specific, the order in which you have to do them to make it work, and it's so, like, particular to the scenario that you're in, that I feel like in the middle of a team fight, I'm just like, what in the actual fuck? I have no idea what's happening, you know? I'm just standing there, and I end up using none of my abilities instead. So, yeah, rip. Now, what you want to level here is your 1. Always max the 1 first because it's your clear, right? You almost always want to get your clear first on any god in Joust because, you know, that's the most important factor at the early to mid stages of the game is how potent your clear is. Because if you have poor clear, you can't go and do buffs, right? But yeah, so the 1 is an AoE circle. Ability that actually cleanses you. I have not been making use of the cleanse well enough yet. It's kind of hard to remember that it cleanses you when you also have to consider that it's a cripple too. So like it's a cripple and a cleanse. So awkward as fuck to me, but I didn't giddy up him there. See, I canceled it because I didn't want to there. But obviously we would have put him in a better position, allowing him to escape. Did he get this red? He did, you son of a bitch. Got the red anyway, dude. So yeah, the AoE that does massive amount of damage if you actually land it for an ADC. Like, ADC abilities, you know, usually aren't that strong. Medusa's too, probably the only thing that really rivals it in terms of clear. And that's reliant on you you know, hitting the first creep and then it's spreading to the rest. So it's a pretty potent clear utensil, you know, like a fork. And you can use it against your enemies, but they're basically going to be able to walk out of it unless you can somehow confirm it. So the way that you do that is by using the masterful shot first. You use your auto, you mark them, and then the masterful shot is just very difficult to say. Masterful shot, masterful shot, masterful shot. It's a slow, so it's a 25% slow. It's not a huge slow, but it's enough of a slow that if you position your one correctly, after hitting the masterful shot, you are going to almost be able to confirm it. It's not 100% confirming it probably ever, but it's if you align it correctly, you're probably going to be able to get that confirmation hit off. So yeah, that's generally the order you want to do is get an auto on him, mark him, use the 2 to slow, and then get your 1 off and try to get that high burst damage onto him effectively. Then he has his 3, Giddy Up. It's not a dash. Do they call it? No, it's not a dash. It's a gallop, right? Because he's a fucking horse. It's a gallop, and he basically runs forward very quickly. It's I don't know what you would consider this ability. It's like a movement speed increase, right? So I guess that's what it is. It's a movement speed increase that can be interrupted. Is it even just a movement speed increase though? Because movement speed increases can't just be interrupted like his can. It's weird. But like you can interrupt it with like a silence or something, and then you will lose it. So it's not just like a Hades 2. Not a Hades 2. It's not like a Trident where it's giving you passive movement speed. It is a dash, but if it's a dash, man, then alright, it's a dash. But if it's a dash, why can you auto attack during it? I guess he breaks the rules, right? So you can auto attack during this ability to net yourself more damage as you go along. It's kind of like an inbuilt Fatalis when you use it, but it's only for 3 shots, so people are overhyping that fact about it. But the important thing about it is that it knocks up and back against your opponent. So if you fly right into him with this ability, you will, bump him across the... I don't even know what he does. Does he like use his head and throw you back? I don't know, like Sobek fling. But it is kind of like a fling. Only it's much more instant, and they don't like fly up through the air. They kind of just like slide. It's a weird looking animation either way. I have 3,000 gold, so I'm gonna buy. But like I said, sorry, I have so much to get through with this video. It's gonna be like a lot of information rather than straight up entertainment. So hopefully my next further Chiron games can be more just fun and shitting on people as I come to understand it more. But I wanted to make sure that those of you that are newer to the god understand all of his abilities. His last ability being his ultimate. It's CC immunity throughout it. And what's important about it is that it's high burst damage like a Rama ult. I think probably does slightly less than Rama ult if you hit all 3 shots. Both of them have 3 shots actually. Look, did we confirm it? We did. We did it. Oh, I stopped. I accidentally stopped. I right-clicked it. And you can't stop a dash. I don't want to hear it's a dash. You can't cancel a dash mid-dash. No, you cannot. I don't want to hear that it's simply a dash. It's complex as fuck. My chat's trying to make me mad and trying to make it seem like I'm a dope, but you can't just cancel dashes. So there's a lot to that ability. I don't know. I guess it still is a dash, but if you can cancel other dashes, then phooey, because I've never known that, and I'm pretty positive you can't. But yeah. So the ultimate high burst damage, and the thing about it is if you die during it, and only during it, right? So if you die during this ultimate, and you still have a shot left, you can, or if you have 3 shots left, it doesn't matter, as long as you're in the ult. And you die, if you kill your opponent, you will come back to life with as much health as you did damage during the ultimate. So if it's 1 shot that if you only landed 1 shot and it killed, and you died, you're gonna regen with quite a low HP pool. And you know what's funny? I'm saying that his mid game's the strongest, and I'm not really utilizing it that much because doing this, all this information to you guys. So I can't like focus so well on pushing my mid game. So I really hope my late game doesn't suck and we don't just lose this, because we have a huge lead, and we're farming really well. We got all the buffs this time around, and things are looking good. But Fatalis here is just, I feel like, look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's some good shit. Oh, got giddy up, son. You got giddy upped. Alright, I suck at that ult. Apparently, I didn't know I sucked at it until today. That's why we go in early Shield of the Underworld against Hebo. My man straight up killed himself. That's my favorite thing, man. You go Shield of the Underworld against Hebo in a situation that they don't respect you having it. Because in the early game, you barely, you know, who's thinking about Shield of the Underworld at, like, well, I guess it's no longer early, but still. But who's really trying to consider all that? So you pick it up, and you shit on Hebos, basically. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful because he can't build against it. He can't build magical defense. Unless he has a 3k pot, there's no way for him to safely get defense against it. So, very, very powerful tool against Hebo in general. So, as you saw, my crappy ult shots there, they are very, very long range. They're like, somebody said they were longer than a raw snipe. I don't know if they really are. It kind of seems silly if they are, because I think raw snipe should be pretty, like, distinctive. But, I don't know, man. I'm going to go double defense here, the same deal that I always do on Hunters against Hebo. Just so that I can, you know, keep up the, keep up what's working, basically, right? What works against Hebo with Hunters is having this double defense because he can't put out enough damage compared to you. Like, you have Executioner, and he doesn't have, like, an auto-attack-based build. Imagine Hebo auto-attack, actually. That would be so funny looking. So he can't, like, fend off against your double defense and reliably, what's it called, put out enough damage himself to make up for it, especially lifesteal, right? Like, we have lifesteal Hunters, so we're getting health back as we're hitting you, and it's just not a good scenario for Hebo to be in because he can't, you know, he can go defense himself, and he should have heavier defense than he does probably in the breastplate. Double defense, I think, on Hebo is the answer against ADCs. Building double defense is kind of ironic, right? But I think it does work best, the double defense on Hebo. I don't know if it wins him it, though, because some people are arguing that Hebo can win against Hunters with it, and others argue that he can't. I still think Hunters would win if played correctly, but if the Hebo outplays with double defense, you know, he can do it, and it's no longer unwinnable. But it really is unwinnable if the Hebo doesn't get double defense, in my opinion. So there you have my, you know, take on that situation. But as you can see, he's going Soul Reaver here, try to counter all the defense that I have, but I don't have that much health. I mean, I have the Soul Eater and I have the Bulwark. Those are really big health items, but I didn't go, like, what? I didn't go fucking Magi's or, you know, whatever, Spirit Robe. I didn't go Heartward. We went to Stone of Gaia specifically so that we would have less overall health. Because that item gives you a lot of defense without adding too much health. So, we got... Again, I feel like I'm, like, more than anything being boring this video, just trying to tell you guys shit. So, let me know if you hate this kind of video, and you know, are just more into seeing, you know, usual stuff. But, like, it's an interesting mix for my stream and for my YouTube videos. You know, there's a mix of people that want to see me break down and analyze things, and then there's also people that just want to see me, like, get hyped and scream at people and, you know, and beat their asses, like... So, you know, it's a little difficult to balance. With the, look at that. That did hardly anything. Come on. But it still did something. It did something. And it's going to help him in this engagement overall. I'm going to giddy up. I'm not giddying up. He's running outside while he's... No. I don't think this is the right call by him. Yeah, we hit all three, and we hit him with that. It carries, too. It's not even just that it, like, hits him